Welcome to CryptoDexWorld. Get ready for 1024EX. Rock your trading game.
All right, so imagine you had your news up, your charts up, and you had an intelligent agent behind you, and trading was a whole lot more straightforward. Well, that is what 1024EX does. So simply put, you're taking a look at events in the market and you're trying to figure out what exactly is going on. But there's so much to keep up with. And even if you can keep up with it, are you able to figure out what the best moves are? And interestingly enough, a lot of people who are looking at trading, trying to figure it all out, never are able to get all the information, or they're stuck to their desktop trying to figure it out all day and all night. That's where 1024X comes in, and that's how it can change the landscape for you. We're going to be seeing how that can be done, but before we do that, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research, due diligence, and don't invest in anything you're not willing to lose. Okay. So 1024X, you have probably seen a lot of information about what's going on in the world regarding things like the World Cup, regarding things like what is happening with Bitcoin. So imagine that you had everything in front of you. So some people are looking on what's going on in the Middle East, me in particular. Some people are looking at global elections, world elections. Some people are looking at sports. They don't want all that. So here you can figure out all the different things that are going on. And not only that, you can figure out what's going on in the market and what's happening. And if you want to understand crypto, well, you can see what's moving on in crypto, what's happening specifically with Bitcoin, any big predictions, and toggle it based on time, on perspective, and everything else. That's the power of what you can do here. Then we have Agent X. Agent X is like speaking your own language to these things. So instead of you trying to come up with a strategy, here's where a lot of people fail. They'll say, that's great, I see all these things are happening, but I'm going to come up with my own strategy. I'm going to try to figure it out in hopes that they can. And a lot of times they just get boggled down. So here you can connect your Web3 wallet and you can come up with a specific strategy. So instead of you sitting there and then saying, okay, this is what's going on in the world, I'm going to try to piece it all together and figure it all out and then try to trade. Here you can just trade and figure it out. So here we have all the different things that you can do. What would you like to trade today? And you can actually describe the specific strategy that you want to trade here. Or you can come up with one right here, and then you just allow it to do it for you. So I just picked one, and I have Agent X. Boom. Come right here, and it can write everything that I want and do these specific trades here. So here, I'm just writing just like I would with ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. I'm coming up with a specific strategy for Agent X. So that's what I mean by translating it over. You see a world event and you want to trade, or you see what's going on with crypto, you want to trade, you want to figure it all out, now you can. And here we can take a look at the trading section itself. So we can go ahead and see all the information from the pairs right here. We can see, in this case, Bitcoin, all the spikes and dips in the trading, but most people would say, okay, now I have to learn how to trade. Isn't this going to be complicated? And normally it would be, but now that we have Agent X behind you, you don't have to worry about that. And you can see the different pairs here. Obviously, you can take a look at spots, you can take a look at options and stocks and everything like that here. Commodities, trending, memes, everything behind it. And then you can come out with your Agent X and go ahead and create favorites for what you like. So if you like specific things with, Bitcoin, you can do that. You can come up with what's going on, talking about specific traders. You can say, hey, I need help trading Bitcoin and other currencies. And it will actually come up with a strategy to do that. So you'll see what is going on here, and then it'll actually prepare a questionnaire. So instead of you trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do with Bitcoin? come up with Bitcoin, what kind of strategy. I want to do breakout, I want to do moderate, anything specific, be bullish, can come up with that. And then we simply go ahead and submit that. So here we can see different choices, as it says, great choices, and it's coming up here with an actual strategy that you can now go ahead and input. You can actually see all the parameters here. So for all my Bitcoin people out there that are trying to figure it out, well, here you go. Now, to do this, you will want to connect a Web3 wallet so that you can access this and everything else, and that makes it so much easier. Also, I can ask the agent to do specific things, and you can even go ahead and deploy them and write tests. Now, as we can see, this is writing, if you have a little bit of code knowledge, in Python, and we can see the workflow here and deploying this out. Now, I want to ask Agent X some more questions, so I can do that here, which I think is really, really cool. So I have this right here at my disposal, and I can come up with a strategy and see how it's running with all the tests. So you can actually see right here, it's going ahead and it's trading, which is very, very cool. And we can go ahead and take a look at the markets in this case. So Agent X, we have two strategies here. We can keep coming up with strategies. We can see which ones are deployed, and we can even pick favorites. So whether you're predicting things in crypto, things in sports, you're seeing what's going on. Now you can actually see what's going to happen in real time and having your agent do all of that for you. That's why I think Agent X is so powerful, because it can do all that. Here you can also come to the square and see the specific things, what is going on in the world. You could call these signals, the different probabilities, polymarket world leaders, Federal Reserve, will there be a peace deal? Will there not be a peace deal? Will Bitcoin go up? Will it go down? What's going on in the different sectors in healthcare and energy and industrials? All this right here is very, very useful information that you can go ahead and apply to your agent. Now, probably say, hey, this is pretty useful. You can also go ahead and get referrals. So if you want to refer people, they have a lot more to this than I talked about. So you can go ahead and refer people based on the link that you have. You can also see right here your main account. Have you done any deposit and withdrawals, your portfolio, and then you can go ahead and enter a referral code as well, which is very, very useful, I think. And then give it to whoever else. And that's how simple this is. So with the power of Agent X, it's really up to you what you want to do. So you can dominate the prediction market, and it all comes down to using agentic AI in the most efficient and easy way. They also have things like white label points and even sub accounts, and you can see all of that there. But for the most part, if you're looking to really just upgrade your trading this year, if you're looking to figure out how to be the most efficient, then we can work with Agent X. And I'm going to even ask Agent X, what is your philosophy? Because I'm curious. We can actually see here, evidence over intuition. Every strategy gets back tested before you see a recommendation. I surface metrics, transparency first. Good. Honest about limits. This is, really, really honest. And then here you can try, macro driven. You can also have it build a trend strategy here. Now that's what I think is cool. It actually gives you real world responses, real world options. It's not just guessing. Do a trend following strategy, for example. So there you go. Very, very cool, and I'm very, very impressed with it. So let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Is this something you would utilize, and how would you utilize it? And if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and catch you in the next one.